Right now in Smyrna, we have debris blocking the right 3 lanes of 24 eastbound near Sam Ridley Parkway. In Fairview, a crash blocking the right lane 40 westbound near the Fairview-Dixon Highway 96, exit 182. In Glencliff, police reporting a crash 40 westbound at Spence Lane. And the right lane is blocked now, 40 westbound at Hermitage Avenue. And then Rowell Hill, another problem on 24 eastbound. This one is a crash reported by police at Bell Road. In Madison, TDOT's reporting a crash on the left shoulder, 65 southbound near Dickerson Pike. Also, the left shoulder's blocked Briley Parkway westbound near Ellington Parkway. TDOT says there's a crash there. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Hello, kids. Big voice guy says it's time to talk, Matt, so let's go ahead and talk. It's the Matt Murphy Radio Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Matt Murphy, conveniently, and I've got about 4 hours to share my thoughts on issues of the day and get your thoughts on them as well. It's 3:07 right now. Rainy day, storms moving through the Middle Tennessee area, and we'll keep you abreast and apprised of all of that activity that's going on. Speaking of abreast, I got a thing going on my computer that I need to get off of here. My goodness gracious, this could be rather distracting during the course of the broadcast. It is the anniversary of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh.
Remember Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Absolutely. One of my very favorite movies of all time.
43rd anniversary, and one of the first times that I saw flesh on screen.
Never saw your own skin before?
Not on the big screen. I'm talking about of the female Persuasion Jackson. Goodness me, do I have to spell it out for you?
Oh, back then women weren't allowed to show their arms, were they?
Hello, Ken. How are you? You doing all right?
I'm doing real good, Brother Murphy.
How's the news?
It's the news today, man.
Yeah. Locally, I think the storms are probably taking up a little bit of time in the news. Hey, what happens when one of those storms like we just had comes through when the tunnel's here, y'all? It'll flood.
Better not be in that tunnel.
Better not be in that tunnel because they haven't thought of that. Of course they haven't. Has Afton Bain dropped herself into the hole that they've now constructed? By the way, we talked about this hole yesterday. Nobody seemed interested in it. But, you know, whatever. There's a hole there beside the Capitol. And I saw the hole as I was down at the Capitol complex last Friday. They were getting ready to go ahead and dig right on in there. That's where they're starting the tunnel. They're starting the tunnel from the Capitol. They're going to go over past Music City Center and then head on down Murfreesboro Pike for a ways. And then they're going to take a left at Donaldson Pike.
Yeah.
Which is 255, and there they are at the airport. We don't have an Afton Bain sighting as to whether or not she says that they're building this tunnel, quote, over my dead body. Would you please, I ask you to do this all the time, would you find that clip on her Instagram so that we can play it for everybody where she says it's like 2 or 3...
It's like really say over my
yes.
Is it the one we've already played?
Maybe. I'm sorry. We should have done this before the show started. I apologize. But I was too busy doing the bane of my existence, which is trying to come up with the title for the radio show. So, Ken, I want to tell you a little interaction that Jackson and I have every day.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, I like Jackson a lot.
I like Brother Jackson.
I'm not going to go so far as to say I love Jackson. I love you, Ken.
I love both you boys.
Well, that's very kind.
Love you too, Ken.
I'm a little more discriminating, so I'm going to wait on the whole LOVE thing. But But Jackson and I have a fine relationship, and I've come to like him a lot, and I hope that he sticks around.
Me too.
I hope he gets away from the stick ball, round ball, all that. Get over here where the politics is, where the real blood sport's going on. Anyway, but bane of my existence is it happens about 2:58 and 30 seconds every day, Monday through Friday.
That's pretty good since the show doesn't start till 3:05.
And Jackson, well, and actually, I'm giving you more credit than you deserve. It's actually more like 3:02.
It's 3:01 when you and Chad are walking out after your hit with him.
We call it the welcome mat. Isn't that cute? He calls it the welcome mat. It's his show. He can entitle it whatever he wants. If I got a chance to do a crossover with Mark Levin, I'd call it the Levin spin. Not that I've thought about this, but
Welcome on in, Levin.
welcome in, Levin. What's the spin,
It's the welcome in of Levin.
friend?
That's not. I didn't do very good. I need to just do the news, boys.
Ken, let's come in early tomorrow and workshop. So
Works.
So y'all know that we're on. We're just family here. We just sit around the campfire and we talk. Okay,
Yes, sir.
We're family.
Yes, sir.
And we're on the radio on 99.7 FM. And there was a time where that was all you were on. You were on the radio.
Yeah.
People asked you what you did for a living. I deliver the news on the radio. Ken
I'm on the
Weaver.
radio.
Yeah, that's what you'd say. I'm on the radio. Now you ask a 20-something, what do you do? I'm on the radio. What do you mean? What's that? It's like a podcast with no video. Oh.
But you have video.
Well, we do have
And
video.
a podcast.
And I'm getting to that. So now we're not just on the radio dial at 99.7 FM. And I know I sound like an old man right now, but I'm going somewhere. So we're also on a variety of apps. And I love that we're on every single one of them. You could be listening to me on iHeart. You could be listening to me on TuneIn. I hope you are. You could be listening to me on Spotify. You could have downloaded the SuperTalk app, which we encourage you to do. It'll come right there on your phone. I'll show it to you. For those of you watching on the TV side, when you download it, I mean, this is what it looks like. Boom, right there. See it? Right there. There it is. And if I hit the play button right there, oh, look, there I am. Look, if you stare long enough into this, it'll create an eternal vortex, and you'll go back in time. Look, see? There I am. That was me like 30 seconds ago. Look, there's me. Look, it's like one of them infinity mirrors. There's me showing me to infinity. So we're on the SuperTalk app is my point. And then we're on the television side, which I just showed you. We're on SuperTalk TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. Now, when you title the show on YouTube, that's where you go to title the show, Jackson?
No, I title it through our streaming platform. We have a program back here.
Okay, so and your program, once you throw the title on there, it shoots the title out to all of those platforms I just mentioned.
Yes, sir.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. We're not so sure about Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble goes.
Okay. So every day at like 3:02, and I'm horrible at this. I feel like I'm decent at some things. A few things. Okay, maybe one thing. Okay, no things.
Oh, you're a pretty good yapper.
I'm pretty good at holding, court. I'm not good at titling things. And I know this. And I'm especially not good at coming up with something snappy. I feel like I need to come up with something snappy.
Yeah, see, that's where I'd get into trouble because I would just go immediately into news mode, and I would just call the show August 13th, 2025.
That's a great title. Why didn't I think of that? That's pretty good. Hey, I thought we came up with the title. It's called The Matt Murphy Show.
Yeah, that too.
Right?
The Matt Murphy Show on August 13th, 2025.
Right, which is different than yesterday's show, which was called The Matt Murphy Show, August 12th, 2025. So every day, Jackson comes in, and Jackson said, you want to tell him what you say?
Hey, bud, what you thinking for the title today?
Hey, bud, what you thinking for the title today is exactly what he says to me every day. And typically the first thing that I say to him is
A curse word.
A curse word, and he can't use that on the title. It's some derivative of damn it.
Well, at least it's not a derivative of fiddlesticks.
Oh, that one's thrown in there,
That's
too.
been in there before.
That's been on this very radio show.
So, Jackson, on this Wednesday, August 13th edition of the Matt Murphy Radio Show, episode 863, what's the title today?
This is CLICKBAIT. Follow instructions. The Murphy Show.
I feel like I'm getting right to it.
Yes, sir.
Because all the title is clickbait. We want you to be scrolling about YouTubes or the Facebooks or the Twitter or Twitches. Never been on Twitch in my life.
It's not a bad platform. I've had some friends stream on there.
Gamer platform?
Primarily.
Yeah. We're there, baby. And the Rumble. All we're begging for is that occasional person that comes across this ugly face right here, this ugly face, and sees the title, and the title encourages them to click on the video presentation. So I feel like we go to the heart of the matter and call it what it is.
We should start using AI.
To title the episodes?
Yes.
I'm anything that gets me out of the process. I'm in favor of anything. Now, back to the 43rd anniversary of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which I can't get away from because I reposted that it's the 43rd anniversary of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and it's showing that scene where, what's her name, Phoebe Cates is in the bikini. Brad has just come home from his job at whatever fish camp he's working at. Anyway, I got to get that off the screen.
A fish camp.
Well, he worked at like a fish place, like Long John Silver's, and he had the pirate hat on.
Yeah,
You remember
that's
that?
right. Yeah. What was the name? It was like a Long John Silver's.
Well, because Arnold had to go to the bathroom, and then the snotty customer comes up to him and says, "That says 100% satisfied." I was not satisfied. He said, "Yeah, but you ate most of it."
Yes.
And he goes, "What part of 100% do you?" And he says he's going to kick 100% of his ass.
Yeah, it was a fish joint in a mall.
It was he said, "What part of 100% don't you understand?" And Brad says, "How about I come over there and kick 100% of your ass?"
Oh, that's the scene in the drive-through.
He's not in the drive-thru.
But he's at the counter.
He's at the counter because Arnold had to go to the bathroom, and so the manager comes, "What seems to be the problem here?" And the guy says, "Well, he cursed at me. Did you curse at him or speak with him in any derogatory way?" "Well, yeah." I go, "Well, you're fired." He gets fired, and he goes home, and he's very upset about that. And then he sees Phoebe Cates in the swimming pool, and then other things happen that I will not talk about on this radio show. Anyway, so that's that. I hope you're well. I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. Let's get into it. So it occurred to me last evening, and I want to get into the Just the News John Solomon piece. There are two pieces that John Solomon has come out with, and he's got further information that he's going to continue to come out with. And let me tell you something. The latest stories, unless I'm reading this wrong, and I welcome the opportunity that is presented in front of you at 615-737-9986 on the phone lines or on the super text line at the same telephone number to disabuse me of this notion. But there are some things that get above the waterline to a certain degree that I don't believe that the mainstream media can ignore. And I do not believe the mainstream media is going to be able to ignore the latest on James Comey, the former director of the FBI, and Adam Schiff, a current sitting United States senator. This information unveiled by Just the News and John Solomon, the information is too explosive and it's too receipt-backed. In other words, he has the receipts. We now have the declassified information. Thank you for the transparency that we're getting from the FBI. Thank you, Kash Patel. Thank you, can't believe I'm saying this, Pam Bondi. Thank you, Dan Bongino, and the rest. I do not see how NBC or CBS or ABC or #NeverCNN or MSNBC or the rest of the alphabet soup networks on network television have the ability to not cover this story unless they have decided that they are no longer truth tellers. To not report this story is an act of treason to the truth. And I believe they will have to report it. They'll do so begrudgingly, and they will attempt to spin it. And the reason that you've not seen a lot of this on ABC, CBS, NBC, hashtag never CNN, MSNBC, Washington Post, New York Times, and the rest, these once prominent legacy media organizations that prided themselves on getting to the truth. And sure, they were always liberal in their presentation. They were always liberal in their narrative, but the truth superseded all. And when they had to tell the truth about Bill Clinton, they might have done so begrudgingly, but they did it. But now, well, it seems to me that now they have completely abdicated their responsibility to the truth to other media outlets and other media sources, to the point that they don't know what to do with this story. And there's a decision point for those legacy media outlets right now. You either figure it out and you report on it, or you decide that you're not going to report the news if it doesn't fit the narrative. And at that point, the truth doesn't matter. It's only about the narrative. And when you are far more concerned with the narrative than you are the truth, then you are a propaganda operation of the state.